Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to Sunday Night Countdown, where I'm going to go over our weekly watch list on our top 10 stocks as potential run-ups going into this week and this month. And I'm going to go over an exact technical analysis on each one of these and how I plan on playing into these. If they do break our resistance, then I will be buying into these, as we do like to buy on confirmation and on momentum, as again, that is the most profitable trades that we do play. And again, I appreciate all the love that you guys been showing me in the comment section. You guys been showing me tons of love. Much love to you guys. God bless you guys. And if you guys haven't subscribed, we do all out Monday through Friday on entries and breakouts. So be on the lookout for more of those. Now, the first one we are going to look into is NAT, but NAT did get a lot of volume because of the news that the ship is stuck out in between Egypt and Asia. So Suez Canal live update: as impact of ship blockage grows, so does rescue operation. The rubber of the giant cargo ship that has been blocking the crucial maritime route is now clear of mud and dirt, and full moon will rise the tides, but many challenges remain. It looks like there is potentially more volume that we could get on NAT. So we are going to go into NAT so you can see what we're looking at here now. They did end the day with 16 million volume, and on average, they have about 3 million now. We do have a resistance here around 405 on the Fibonacci that we did draw. Again, we do want to break over 405. In my opinion, if we could break 405, then we could potentially see 508. That is the next Fibonacci breakout here. So that would be our next resistance. But however, that is because we had a previous sell-off at this point. But however, like I said, if this ship does continue to have more problems, it could be effective to the market overall. So you definitely want to watch the market. But however, it could affect NAT in a very positive way. And again, we could potentially see a run-up going into Monday and possibly Tuesday on NAT. So this one is definitely on the watch. We wanted to hold that $4.05 support, in my opinion, and break out of the volume here. We do need more confirmation on volume, but you can see we are increasing in volume recently. And we're going to go over the MACD so you guys can see the buy pressure here now. We do see a decrease in sell pressure, but however, we don't exactly see an increase in buy pressure, but you can see we did convert straight over to the buy pressure. We want to see confirmation on the buy pressure as well. If we do get confirmation and we do hold over 405, then we could see a nice breakout into NAT, possibly even a 100% gainer if the ship does continue to have more issues out there in Egypt. Now, I'm going to go over the next possible play for this week. Again, GNUS does have Marvel news that they are expecting on Tuesday, I believe it is, on March 30th. So we are going to potentially see a run up going into this. They did have a sell off in the last couple of days, but however, Genius has been holding up nicely. It has been running up into this news, and we could possibly see this breaking out. But however, I'm going to go in the Fibonacci line so you guys can see what we're looking at here overall. And we're going to look at the support and resistance on the Fibonacci lines here. So Fibonacci retrace events here. We're going to pull it up right here so you can see what we're looking at here. So we can see overall that we have been holding this nicely, but however, we are trying to break below this Fibonacci line here at 253. Now, if we do break down below 253, I definitely would probably have a stop loss there if I was already in this play. But however, if it does break over $3 and into $3.30, in my opinion, then we could possibly see a breakout. Now, at that very point in time, they would probably have news, in my opinion. They probably wouldn't break over $3 until that news did come out. But however, we could potentially see a nice day trade going into tomorrow, as the Marvel news is expected on Tuesday. So GNUS might be a nice scalp play to be looking into, as they are running into news. And it's up to you if you want to hold through that news. I know a lot of people are asking if I'm going to be holding through that news, and the answer is no. I never hold through news. I like playing into rumors, and that's honestly the most profitable trade. You always want to buy the rumor and sell the news. I'm sure you guys all know this, but that's definitely the meta. So LGHL is another play. They do have a merger expected at the end of the month as well with FinTech Group. They have been on a run up as well. You can see they're very similar to Genius. They had that run up, but we need that breakout here at 502. But in my opinion, we need to break over 629, in my opinion, until we get more confidence into this play. So I do have an alert set around 540, because if it does break 540, it would alert me that there could potentially be a breakout at 629, like we mentioned. So if it breaks over 629 and we get that alert and we do have volume confirmation, then I will be buying into it. Again, at that point in time, I think the merger would probably be going through at that point. I don't think this one would possibly break out unless they got the merger. But however, we are going to watch Bitcoin as well. If Bitcoin continues to sell off, then this might not be exactly my favorite play. Again, this is a very speculative play, as LGHL, they did say that they are guaranteed to be merging, but that's not necessarily going to happen or necessarily true. So I don't like playing into news, like I said, but if it does break out and they do get news, I definitely will be day trading this one. And that's why I will set my alert around 540. So again, that alert is set, and we are going to make sure we cash that play regardless. And we played on a very safe play by doing this. So NAKD is another one. NAKD ended the day with 145 million volume. On average, they have 76 million volume. You can see they have been consolidating down, and I get it. A lot of people are saying Well, it's on a huge sell-off, and the truth is this is actually following its pattern. You guys can see the 4-hour here. It has that huge sell-off and then it breaks out, right? It has that huge dip and then it rips. Here's the dip and then it rips. Here's the dip and then it rips. And then you can see it's doing a huge dip here with tons of volume. And we're just going to have this one on watch. We're going to wait for volume confirmation. Obviously, there's no volume confirmation here. It looks like we are having more of a sell-off than we probably want to see. But however, you can see the MACD is starting to get flat on the sell pressure, and we could potentially see a huge run up on buy pressure if we do somehow convert that over to buy pressure and it does get hype. I do think NAKD could break out, but however, we do have our alert set around $1. If it does break $1, again, penny stocks, very key point is $1. If it could break $1 and hold above it, then we could possibly see a nice run up to $2 on NAKD. But again, we are only going to be on the watch on this one until it does. And again, this is a potential retail breakout if SPY does continue to break out, as we saw it close strong on Friday. So NAKD is definitely only going to be on the watch until it does break certain points. But again, we do have our alert set and we won't miss out on that play if it does break out. So again, that's why I like setting our alerts at very key resistant points, so that way we can't miss out on them. Now, our AIL we have been talking about. This one continued to have a run up. I want to pull up the Fibonacci lines on this one so you guys can see what we're looking at here. You can see that we do have a resistance here around looks like 544 is our support line that we're trying to hold here. Now we're gonna go to the 5-minute, as this one probably would be a short-term play, as we have been lacking in volume. So again, we are gonna try to hold over this $5.60 mark, $5.60 mark if we can hold the support, and we could continue beyond our previous highs at 670. In my opinion, our AIL might be a nice run up, but they did end the day with 29 million volume, and on average, they do have 5 million. So again, they have about 5 times as much volume as on average. They could still potentially break out. And again, we do need that volume confirmation. We have been getting more volume, so we do have a possibility of getting more volume confirmation. But however, like I said, we're going to need to increase in that. But again, I actually mentioned this Friday, I think it was. We do see that the MACD is on a run up. But however, if we do start to get these white shaded lines, that shows that it's going to be reversing, in my opinion. If we do get white shaded lines and we don't break out of our previous high on the MACD, then we could potentially see a sell-off. So again, I would be watching out for that white shade. If it does come out, then again, like I said, we could see a sell-off. So that will be on the watch on our AIL. But however, we do have our alert set if it does break new highs, because if it does, then we could potentially see a nice run up for a nice scalp on our AIL. KIQ, they did end the day with 13 million volume, and on average they have 3 million now. This one had a huge sell-off the other day, but however, it started to recover. It likes to do this huge sell-off and recovery. So on this one specifically, I'm only going to buy if it breaks new highs around 113. In my opinion, we do need more volume. It looks like the sell pressure is starting to come in, so we definitely don't want to be in the middle of this on a sell-off. But however, KIQ will stay on the watch only because it has volume that's been coming in, and on the 4-hour, it looks like it has been holding up nicely overall recently. So you can see it is bouncing off of its previous sell-off point, and it looks like it is trying to break out of its previous sell-off point. But however, you can see that we haven't had enough volume recently. So we are going to see if this one could break out. It's only going to be on the watch, in my opinion. I have my alert set around 121. So again, if it breaks over 113, that would be an alert as well. But however, if it breaks over 121, that would be probably the alert that I would be looking for a buy. But again, I would be waiting for that volume confirmation as well, as we have been lacking in volume overall. But however, we do have above average volume. So that one, like I said, could potentially break out. That is why we want to make sure we look at average volume, because if we do have above average volume by a long shot, that is where we could potentially see that huge volume spike that we're looking for on confirmation. And that's why I want to bring up KIQ. Now, PLTR is another one that everybody's been watching for quite a while. And I want to go over this one because the QQQ has actually been turning around Friday, and we could potentially see this as a breakout. But however, we do see that we have been on the descending wedge recently, and we could potentially break out. But however, we want to see confirmation here. It looks like overall we are on a huge descending wedge. And if we do break out, we will be equal to our previous breakout point that we were around 26. So again, we are potentially looking to break 26. But if it does break out of the descending wedge, I will be buying for a nice swing trade. In my opinion, I want to see the market healthy as well. So as long as the QQQ is actually holding up and we see PLTR actually break out of this descending wedge, then we could see a nice swing trade on this one. I do like the prices it's at currently, but however, it doesn't mean that we can't have more of a sell-off. So we are going to definitely wait for confirmation on this descending wedge that we have here. So again, this is on the 4-hour, and that would be a swing trade if it does break out of that. So that definitely is on the watch. And Another one I want to talk about is SNDL. SNDL has been consolidating. I know it looks overall like it could sell off, and it's not exactly my entry point, but however, I am going to keep SNDL and all the cannabis stocks on a watch. And the reason why I want to mention this is because they did have, about a couple weeks ago, they did mention that in New York, they are working on a bill to pass cannabis in New York. And if they do pass it, then SNDL could break out. So we're going to set our alert, in my opinion, at our previous our first high, and then our second high was around 174. That was on earnings, but I'm going to actually give us our alert around our first high when we were around $1.44. So if it breaks $1.44, I'll have that alert. It'll come to me, and then I'll go check the news. And if they do have New York legalization, then we could see this one potentially go from where it's at $1.13 to around $3 to $4, as we saw previously on SNDL. So again, SNDL and all the cannabis stocks will be on the watch this week, as like I said, they could pass the bill in New York for legalization. And all these cannabis stocks, TLRY especially, is definitely on the watch as well. I like both of them. But however, TLRY definitely is overall safer of a play because SNDL is a penny stock. And anytime they get news, SNDL doesn't necessarily follow it as well. So again, that would be probably why I lean towards TLRY as well. So MRO, this one is an oil play. They have been getting volume. They have been catching up on volume. I like playing plays that could catch up on volume. They have about 26 million volume on average, and they ended the day with 26 million volume. We do want to see volume confirmation here, but however, oil could be a play, as the ship that we mentioned is stuck in Egypt, and that does have a potential run up on oil. And again, oil, in my opinion, overall is bullish on the long-term play, as again, we are going to have more openings throughout the year. And we are going to see oil increase as people will be definitely driving more. And again, MRO is definitely on the watch with the huge sell-off that we have been seeing in the market recently. If it does continue to break out above our previous consolidated point around 1138, I will have an alert set. And if we do have volume confirmation, I will be buying for a nice swing trade on MRO. Again, all these oil companies are definitely on the watch. It's not just MRO, and a lot of these oil companies could break out. So definitely keep these on the watch. HOFV, and this is not a recommendation. This is what I'm doing, by the way. This is not financial advice. So this is only because I want to show love to you guys. You guys can see what I'm doing and hopefully learn from it. And if you guys decide to take those plays, it's totally up to you. Now, HOFV is another play. I'm not going to be buying into this one. We're only going to have an alert set now. Let's go into the 5 minutes so you can see what we're looking at overall in the last few days. So you can see we have been consolidating overall. They do have potential merger news with DLPN. Again, that is why they ran all the way from $4 all the way up to around $7. We could potentially see them break out. They have been consolidating. So we are going to set our alerts around 581. I did mention this yesterday in our video with the NFT stocks that we had made videos on. But however, HOFV is definitely on the watch going into this week and this month, as if they do get this merger, then we could see this one skyrocket to around $20 to $30 within a blink of an eye on HOFV. So definitely have your alert set. So that way, if it does hit that alert, you can go check the news or the volume, and you can play into it for a nice scalp or swing trade going into that news. So HOFV is definitely on the watch. And hope you guys enjoyed our Sunday night countdown. We do this every week. And like I said, the last video I posted yesterday on Breakfast with Bulls, we did have our top 10 NFT stocks. So if you guys want to see technical analysis on all those NFTs, check that video out. And again, if you guys have not been in the comment section, throw your watch list in the comment section, comment in the comment section. I throw my secret Sunday watch list in there. I have a few other plays that I like to throw into the comment section for people in the comment section. So if you guys are in there, definitely jump in there. So again, much love to you guys. God bless you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video.